Another game, another loss by the SAS, but this time you really can't even be all that friggin' mad about it because at least multiple times, including the very end of the game, that finish, they showed a valiant effort and actually try to fight back and claw their way back in the game, try to pull off some miracle to try to pull up a last second heroic, I mean, you can't fault young Devo for trying to shoot that desperation shot on the last possession. Even if he would have made it, we still would have lost by 1 point. That's the thing, because we were down by 4, if you remember correctly. So, every single Spurs player scored, and, even Trashbanks scored, but there's only one particular Spurs player that didn't score tonight, who was the only one that didn't score. You guessed it. The king of bitching it up, who is the definition of trash when it comes to San Antonio basketball, Jarrell Forbes. Marco Bellinelli stunk up the joint like Terry Labonte during his second tenure in San Antonio, and the king of bitching it up is doing the same goddamn thing. I mean, rule number one of making off-season moves every summer for the Spurs: don't bring players back because they're not the same as they were before. We saw what happened with Bellinelli. Now we're seeing the same thing with this hunk of junk who took up the king of fucking it up's number. Yeah, and this time, if you actually get rid of them this coming off season, from summer 2022, don't fucking bring them back again, because just either give his minutes to Trey or have him warm the bench where he belongs to mentor all the young guys, which is something we should have done with Bellinelli 2 years ago, especially during the time of that 2019-2020 season before the season was stopped due to the shutdowns and whatnot. Considering that young Devo needs to be put in the starting lineup, because he's a lot better than, Lonnie and Derrick's trash asses. I mean, Derrick, I'm pretty sure he'll find his rhythm eventually, but Lonnie, from, even that fluke win against the Magic on opening night, Lonnie's been sneaking up the joint like Terry Labonte all year so far, and I don't know what's gotten into Eubanks, considering that he wasn't all this bad before, but now he's gone from Eubanks to Trashbanks. It's either play him, no, definitely not play him, fuck that, either play that or play Jock. Don't fucking play this hunk of junk either. And hopefully if Zach Collins managed to recover and return by Christmas time, like Pop's aiming for it, if they're trying to bring him back, make sure if Jock goes out with foul trouble or goes down with injury, play Zach and Jock and not fucking Trashbanks, because you do notice that in the second quarter, I think it was, second quarter, we were down by a semi-huge deficit, and, we had a good run going, and then the king of bitching it up came in and fucked it all up like Fabrizio Alberto, whose number he stole when he came back, only because Primo had his number from back in the day. But yeah, it's the Bryn effect. Same thing in the second half. Spurs made a good run at one point during the third quarter, I think it was. And then Eubanks came in to fuck it all up like Fabrizio Alberto. Yeah. So it's the Eubanks Forbes effect. If we're going to make a trade at the trade deadline this year and do a lot better job with it this year than we did last, I would send Trashbanks and King of Bitching It Up to Utah. That way they can go play with the King of Shitting It Up, and then the King of Shitting It Up and those two can all shit it up together. You know what I mean? So, our next game is Wednesday against the Hawks, and just like tonight, I'm not looking forward to that game at all whatsoever. But tomorrow, you will be seeing a booster shot vlog here on the channel, so I will see you all for that. And then the day after the Hawks Spurs game, it's Thanksgiving. So have a good night tonight and a better day tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Good night, and see you all for that next video.